All right, hello and welcome to Unnecessary Roughness, Barstool's college football podcast, brought to you by, I don't know, I hope there's a delicious drink out there that makes people happy and can sponsor the show. Kayce, any idea who that might be?
I have an idea. I believe it would be High Noon Hard Seltzer, Brandon, Ev, Liam, which, as we've said a million times on this very podcast, it is the best drink, not just for the summer. It's the best drink for tailgating. It's the best drink for the pool, all the way to the ski slopes. It's the best. And I went on my girls' weekend trip, Brandon, Ev, Liam. I had myself a time, and I got to introduce multiple people to the High Noon iced teas down in old Siesta Keys, Florida, and it was a lovely time with High Noon.
That's a beautiful place down there. I can't participate in this ad, though, but Big Ev, doesn't that sound wonderful?
It sounds wonderful. I don't want to brag. I may or may not have won with my father, won the member guest J Flight this weekend.
Oh,
Powered by High Noon, of course, always special.
Of course.
Don't know if I would have won without him. Gave me the boost over the top. We won the J Flight. No big deal.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
HighNoonSpirits.com. You guys know where to find it. It's everywhere now. Dave's Face is everywhere. Miss Peaches is everywhere. Go get it. And we are less than a month until college football, fellas. And that means, it's here. It's not here because it's still July. And I know people say not to wish away the summer. It's August this week. It's here, right? It's here.
It's close. It's damn close. All right. That's High Noon. So before we go any further, Blutman, I'm going to need you to put your hat on. I don't know what you're doing. Thank you.
Wait, Brandon.
Yep. Is that lasagna? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Fuck
That
yeah.
looks so good.
That's the worst looking lasagna. That was the worst looking lasagna.
Well,
I've
I don't
seen.
know. I'm going to eat.
All right.
So
have you some lasagna?
Why does he have to be dressed like Garfield today?
Because today is today's National Lasagna Day.
That's not why, though. That just happened.
That was a coincidence. What a remarkable coincidence. Because it's Mondays and Garfield's a big part of our lives.
Grr, Mondays.
See?
Wait, no. I hate Mondays. That was the right.
So do you just
I don't know why
text him?
you still look confused, Kayce.
Because do you just text him on a Monday morning and be like, dressed like Garfield today?
No. Liam already had a Garfield outfit. He happens to wear it every now and then. And I accidentally wore my Garfield shirt today.
You guys are weird.
Good lasagna, Brandon.
It looks good now that it's up on your
You
fork.
want me to bring you some?
I don't need any lasagna. Thank you, though. I'm on my low-carb stuff.
No, you're not. Please.
I don't know why y'all are so scared of me bettering myself. I really don't.
Because
One day I'm going to better myself, and I'm
just
going
like
to be
you
better
used
than
to-
you, and you know it.
Well, that's probably already true. Just like you're working out with a personal trainer for 2 weeks at one point.
That was 6 months, and I had to move.
Okay. They don't have them in Chicago.
His name was Mike. And no, they don't. If anybody out there wants to personally train me for free in Chicago, you can. I'm not paying for that shit.
No, why?
Anyway, we're going to have our draft today, our college football draft, where we draft the ultimate college football program, an idea I stole straight from the Mark Titus show. So go listen to his college basketball version from last week. I liked it. I heard him coming up with it, so I said, fuck, we'll just do it too. We'll steal it. We're going to just do a one-for-one copy and rip off of what they did for college basketball on college football instead. You get to rank. You build your best college football program on the following categories: coach, uniform, stadium, college football icon, fight song, tradition, location, NIL booster, celebrity fan, and scandal. So we have 9 categories. That'll take a while, so we will get to that in a little while. We'll also, looks like a guy from ESPN. What's his name? Who's the guy that does all the ranking? Who's the guy? The Bill Conley. Yeah, thank you very much. He released his top 25 college football players since 2000. No positions, just college football players since 2000. I think it's an interesting list. We'll discuss that in a minute. But first, I want to talk about not a whole lot of news in college football. There's some media days, comments, and coaches saying certain things here and there. But the number one thing I want to talk about is Georgia. I want to talk about what's going on in Georgia because there's no denying over the last 3 years the Georgia Bulldogs are the number one program in college football. They've won 2 of the last 3 national titles, and had they got in the playoff last year, they could have won a third. That being said, at what point do you hold a light to a program? Do you hold the magnifying glass and say, is winning national titles all that people care about? Because if you're winning national titles while at the same time you have a rampant seeming problem in your facility, a problem with skirting with the law, with running ins with the law. Georgia famously has had the car thing. We talked about it a couple years ago. There's been multiple guys cited for reckless driving, on and on and on and on. DUIs, reckless driving, just a litany of car-related offenses. Now, they got a new guy, Rod Thomas, who transferred there from Mississippi State, got arrested as soon as he got to campus a couple years ago at Georgia. And now, this year, last week, got arrested for 2 counts of battery, misdemeanor battery, and 1 count of, make sure I get the charge right, is it child endangerment? Is that what it was? Yeah, it's not good. But 2 days later, Kirby Smart tweeted out "Happy Birthday, Rah Thomas," which was an all-time. Some intern got fired for running Kirby Smart's Twitter. Anyway, Big Ev, I know they win football games, but at some point, don't we say, Kirby, get fucking control of your program? It's embarrassing.
Well, I guess, Brandon, depends on who's we. Because we've seen it time and time again in college. If there's any place in America where as long as you win, all that other shit doesn't matter, it's college football. We've seen it with Urban Meyer at Florida. We've seen like a million instances of it where programs run rampant. You win, people kind of turn the blind eye. This one, you can't turn the blind eye to it because there's just a million offenses. It's on ESPN. It's everywhere. But I think it's definitely getting to that point where they're walking that line of like Kirby's got to be like, hey, one more of these. I'm going to have to kick off a 4th-string guy who does this to make an example. That's what's going to happen.
But Kirby doesn't seem – that's the problem. Kirby doesn't seem interested in taking care of it. He only seems interested in winning. Like he last year, Rod Thomas got arrested and he didn't miss any significant time. He didn't miss any chunk of the season. He played. And now he's arrested again. And it just seems like there's no punishment. Now, the Florida thing, Urban Meyer won 2 national titles at Florida. And in the years after, we looked back and said, man, they had a lot of criminal behavior there. They had a lot of bad guys. Aaron Hernandez went on to do what he did, and other guys went on to do things. But I don't remember in the moment thinking, Florida's got a crime problem. I don't remember anybody saying, maybe that's because they had Tebow at the top of the program and you had him kneeling and praying and everything and it covered it up. But I never remember thinking, man, Florida is out of control. Georgia does seem out of control under Kirby Smart, but as long as he wins, their fans are just going to clap like seals and accept whatever out of there. Like, I know that winning is important, but doesn't it make you as a college football fan just kind of feel nasty and dirty that we actually value winning over being decent human beings?
I mean, there's also like they're clearly not scared of getting kicked off the team. So like that's part of the problem is that they're not even scared to be good human beings. I don't know if this makes me a hypocrite or not, but I do feel like there is a line that I draw. Like, do I think that there's a problem in general at Georgia? Yes. Guys getting speeding tickets versus guys getting child endangerment charges, those two things are wildly different to me. So I don't know if I'm kind of playing into, well, if they've got a problem, like once you dip into you're actually being a bad human being, you should be punished like a regular human being, not a college football star. And that's the issue is now you've got boosters that are so involved up front now with NIL. Like if Kirby Smart says, okay, I got to get rid of this guy, and the boosters are like, no, you fucking aren't, or we're not going to give X amount of money, you have a big time problem with that. But to me, it's like, I think it's pretty cut and dry. If you are a bad person that should go to jail in real life, it doesn't matter if you're the best college football player ever or you're a 4th-string guy. You have to go. You have to go.
I know you separate certain crimes from others. Yeah, I got that. Like I understand,
and it probably does make me hypocritical, I will say.
But Georgia's getting more than speeding tickets too. Like they're getting charged for reckless driving and reckless endangerment and all that. And this is after they already had a football staffer and a player die in a reckless driving incident. So you would think that incident would have cleaned some stuff up, but it didn't appear to. Georgia fans can just sit in there. They can lie and they can say, yeah, we care about all that. At the end of the day, if Kirby Smart's winning, no pressure is going to be put on him by anybody at Georgia. I don't know, Big Av. It seems disgusting to me. And let's be honest. If this were happening at Alabama, if this were happening at Ohio State, if this were happening at Michigan, if this were happening at Hawaii, then Alabama, Michigan, and Hawaii fans would also be saying, you know what? What do you want him to do? They would be making excuses because that's how wired we are to win in college football.
I appreciate you leaving Ohio State off the second time because we were a man of integrity. We wouldn't allow that nonsense in our program. But what I said at the beginning, like when you're winning the way they are, they're not going to. And I think what's going to happen is I think they're going to make an example out of someone who no one cares about. Like you're going to end up kicking off your fourth string cornerback when he gets arrested. Maybe he gets to that point. But I agree with Kayce too, where the money has gotten so significant with NIL, where these guys essentially have contracts. So they're like, we gave this guy this money. I don't know if there's stipulations in them where if you get in trouble, they don't owe the money, or I don't know exactly how that works, or if it's player to player basis. Yeah. But I think that's got to throw a wrench in some of this.
Well, we're also heading towards a future where schools are paying the NIL very soon, so that'll take care of itself. It should.
There absolutely should be contracts. From what I understand, like that's kind of the biggest issue that college football coaches are saying is that that college football looks more like the NFL with the money involved, and there's not contracts like in the NFL. If these boosters are giving these guys tons of money without any insurance policy on their own of like, hey, if you go to jail or if you get kicked off the team because you're a bad fucking person, we're not giving you that money. That's on them. Like, I think that they should, absolutely. But if I'm giving millions of dollars in sponsorships to a school that clearly has a culture problem, and by the way, social media is showing everybody, that's another reason that we didn't really know so much before, was because it wasn't just like logging on your phone and seeing that there's issues every single day at the same program. That's their fucking fault. So, like, it's a huge issue now.
I also think it's a cop-out to say that Kirby would listen to an NIL there. Kirby Smart's the leader of the program. If he wanted to kick somebody off and make a fucking statement, he would. He has not seemed interested in that at all yet.
Oh, no, he absolutely should. But there's also the element of like, if he doesn't want to get in trouble, which I don't think that you should get in trouble if you kick off a person who's endangering a child. But that's kind of my thought process on it, is that like there's just so much up front now that it's like so obvious who's controlling these programs.
I assume Ra Thomas has played his last down at Georgia.
I would hope so, yes.
I just assume. So, anyway, so we're going to get to the draft in a minute. Tell them about a beautiful friend of ours, Kayce.
Well, speaking of money, RocketMoney keeps us safe, Brandon. That's what RocketMoney does. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know how much I love RocketMoney. Brandon loves it. We've been using it for a long time. And again, it's just a classic example. I binged it, but Presumed Innocent on Apple TV was one of the best shows I've seen in a very long time. I told a ton of friends to sign up for Apple to watch it. And then they were like, well, I'm going to need a reminder to cancel it. And RocketMoney will do that for you. They will cancel your unwanted subscriptions. Go to rocketmoney.com/rough. They help you budget, Brandon. They help you do all those things. And I know you check it all the time. How's your RocketMoney looking?
Doing okay. Of course, we're towards the end of the month right now, so money's about to pop up for me. So, but doing okay. Remember, RocketMoney does. I get a text every Sunday saying they told me yesterday I have 11 bills coming this week. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. But it'll tell me how many bills I got coming up. It'll tell me, what's cycling through, what needs to be renewed and all that. So RocketMoney is on top of everything.
It is. And it really does help you like actually pay attention to what you're doing without it being like something like, hey, by the way, you have to pay for this. It's a free service. So go to rocketmoney.com. Use promo code ROUGH. RocketMoney has over 5 million users and saved a total of 500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members a lot of money a year when using all the app's features. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Go to rocketmoney.com/rough. That's rocketmoney.com/rough.
All right. So Bill Conley, a favorite of the show. We like Bill Conley. We have no problem with Bill Conley. He's one of the good ones, I believe. So Bill Conley released his list, and it's just clickbait. That's all it is. Just the same as what I do, but it's the top 25 college football players since 2000. And I'm just going to go through this list, and we're going to none of you three have seen it, right?
I have not. Nope.
So we're just going to look at the list, and then we'll react where we think he got it right, where we think he got it wrong. I think there's some controversy in the top 10. I'll just start from 25 and I'll go a little bit slowly, or I'll go pretty quick early, and then when we get to the top 10, we'll slow it down a little bit. So the number 25 player since 2000, running back Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. Jonathan Taylor, of course, had a great 3 years ran for 2,000 yards twice. Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin, number 25. Number 24, this is way back in the day, Julius Peppers, North Carolina, defensive end. Number 23, seems a little low. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
The Honey Badger, safety Tyrann Mathieu of LSU. The Honey Badger, number 23. 2011 Consensus All-American. Won the Bednarik Award. SEC Defensive Player of the Year. 8 interceptions, 6 sacks, 11 forced fumbles, 8 fumble recoveries, 4 touchdowns. A ridiculous year, but he's number 23. Number 22, Will Anderson, Alabama. Just a couple years ago there at Alabama. Justin Blackman, Oklahoma State, is number 21.
Phenomenal.
Number 20 is Lamar Jackson, Louisville. That's number 20.
That's low.
It seems
Quite low.
Incredibly low.
Seems a touch low.
It's like insulting.
Seems a
That's an
touch low.
insulting ranking for him.
Number 19, wide receiver Devonta Smith, Alabama, also a Heisman Trophy winner. Number 18, a third Heisman Trophy winner, Kyler Murray at Oklahoma, Texas A&M/Oklahoma. Number 17, Roy Williams, safety, Oklahoma. I just tell you, too many Oklahoma guys. Too many. At some point, you got to fall. You got to realize you're falling for a statistical trap in Oklahoma, and these guys aren't as good. Although Roy Williams was amazing. Number 16, Deshaun Watson, Clemson. I also feel maybe a little low. Number 15, defensive end David Pollock at Georgia. That was a while ago. Number 14, and this guy is kind of colored a little bit differently because of his success in the pros, because he might be the best defensive tackle of all time in the pros. In college, he was very, very good. Aaron Donald at Pitt won the 2013 Lombardi Award, 2013 Outland Trophy, 2013 Bednarik Award, 2013 Bronco Nagurski. He was All-American, ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, Aaron Donald was really good. Aaron Donald, number 14. 13, Khalil Mack at Buffalo. 12, Joe Thomas, offensive tackle, Wisconsin. 11, Terrell Suggs, defensive end, Arizona State. Now we get into the top 10. I'll go a little slower. Number 10, Larry Fitzgerald, Pittsburgh. I don't know how many of you were really watching hardcore in 2003. He was the Heisman runner-up to Jason White. He should have won the 2003 Heisman Trophy. He was a remarkable player in college football. Number 9, Joe Burrow, Ohio State,
9?
LSU. 9.
He's
got 8 players better than Joe Burrow.
That's
I
crazy.
think that's interesting.
That's crazy.
That's the season versus career debate. I think is
correct. The argument is Joe Burrow had one immaculate, perfect, incredible season, maybe the greatest season of all time, but he only had one.
Okay, well then where's Cam Newton?
Well, I'm sure we'll get to him.
But that's like Joe Burrow. I think is the best college quarterback of all time.
Is he?
Well,
I don't think he is.
Okay, he had the best season of all time. Let me say that.
No, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion.
No, I'm saying if you take it in a vacuum, if I took every season in a vacuum, now we're talking career, obviously not. Like you said, it was only 1 year. But I would take the 2019 LSU Tigers and Joe Burrow over pretty much anybody else. Would you not?
Yeah, no. I mean, he was great. I think 9's low. 9's very low. Number 8 is offensive tackle Bryant McKinney out of Miami. Number 7, I'd like to see Big Av's reaction here. Number 7, Reggie Bush, Southern California. Number 6, Tim Tebow, Florida. I think Tebow is got to be in the mix for number 1, right?
He was who I said before we started recording. That's who I would have probably had 1.
Like, this is college football player only, and I know who number 1 is. And there's no fucking chance I'm taking number 1 over Tim Tebow. Burrow's low. Tebow at 6 is Tim Tebow in college was a fucking phenomenon. Tim Tebow was one of the most famous guys in America in college. Tim Tebow won 2 national titles. Number 1 can't hold a fucking candle to Tim Tebow. Anything lower than 3 for Tebow is madness to me.
Yes. Okay. Who's 5?
Ed Reed, Miami.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. Number 4. And this one is all-time great. I don't know how he's ahead of Tebow. Vince Young, quarterback, Texas. I have no problem with him being number 4. He's incredible, remarkable, unbelievable. Tebow had a better college career than Vince Young did.
100%.
Number 3, quarterback Cam Newton out of Auburn. Obviously a one-season guy as well, but apparently he thought that one season was enough to put him over Tebow and Vince Young. Number 2, actually I was talking about number 1. I meant number 2. Number 2 is Baker Mayfield.
That's who I figured you were talking about.
And I'm about fucking sick of this overrating of Baker Mayfield. I don't know when it started. I don't know why it has happened. Baker Mayfield over Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, Joe Burrow, Vince Young is fucking madness. It boggles my mind that Baker Mayfield is viewed by people this good. Did he put up huge numbers? Yes. He did so with the best team in the conference in an era where that conference didn't play fucking defense. The numbers he put up in college are nowhere near as important as the numbers that Vince Young did in his era of the Big 12 or that Tebow did in the SEC when they won every national title. Baker Mayfield at 2 is fucking terrible. It is terrible. Oklahoma players get overrated, period. Baker Mayfield is the most overrated one. Is he a top 25 player since 2000? Yes. Should he be above Tebow and Vince Young and Burrow and Cam Newton? Fucking no chance. He never won a playoff game. Like, no. Just no. All these other guys. Tebow won 2 national titles. Cam Newton won a national title. Joe Burrow won a national title. Vince Young won a national title. Baker Mayfield didn't win a goddamn thing.
That's what I don't understand why they do that. Like, yes, of course, like he was an athletic guy and he had all the comparisons, whatever. But like when you have a list of guys that not only won Heisman trophies, they also won either 1 or 2 national titles. Like I don't like who can explain it? Like who can actually sit down and explain this is why Baker Mayfield is better than Cam Newton. This is why Baker Mayfield is better than Joe Burrow. Because I've not heard that explanation. No one can do that. They can say, oh, well, he's just better. Like he's high ranked. But like, why is he better? He doesn't have the hardware that they have, and they were also putting up the same type of numbers.
If we did a somehow a time machine and got everybody at their peak, and we went into a season and took 12 teams and said, all right, everybody draft their quarterbacks. Nobody's drafting Baker Mayfield above Cam Newton. Nobody's drafting him above Tim Tebow. Nobody's drafting him above Vince Young. It's just not even fathomable. Joe Burrow. Yeah. There's just hell.
Lamar. What number was Lamar?
Lamar Jackson.
What number was
Lamar Jackson.
Here?
He was 20.
Yeah, 18 spots between the two of them is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
There are probably people that would have taken Kyler over Baker Mayfield in that conversation.
Just looking at it right now, like Trevor Lawrence not on this list. Tua not on this list. I'm just trying to think out loud of guys that won the Heisman. 1? Has anybody used the context clues to put it together?
There's somebody you haven't said that I think is, if it's not, I don't want to say because if he's not on the list, it's crazy to me.
All right, we'll say it.
He's a defensive player.
Say it.
Ndamukong Suh.
Number 1 is Ndamukong Suh out of Nebraska, and I have no issue with that. I thought Baker was number 1 because I looked at it very quickly, but Ndamukong Suh 2009 might be the best defensive player we've ever seen. Should have won the 2009 Heisman Trophy.
No Jadeveon
should have beat Mark Ingram for it.
No Jadeveon Clowney.
No Clowney. No Clowney. No Myles Garrett. No Johnny.
That surprises me.
No Tua. No Trevor Lawrence. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head who's not there.
No Michael Crabtree. No
Crabtree.
Justin Blackman. No. Crabtree could have been on there for sure.
Yeah, it probably came down to Crabtree or Blackman, and either way you go there. I mean, they're both great, but yeah, I just don't see a world where
between Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson is. I mean, I used the word earlier. It's offensive. That's crazy.
I have no problem. I have no problem with 18 spots between those guys, as long as Lamar's first. Yeah. As long as Lamar's 18 spots ahead of Baker Mayfield. You put Baker Mayfield at 23 here, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. 2, Baker Mayfield over. Like what gets into people's minds? They just look at numbers and they just say, oh, he's got better numbers. Yeah, he played in the worst era of defense in any major conference has ever had.
But it's also not like we're talking like he has like 2,000 more yards than these guys this season. Like, yes, his numbers are crazy, but it's like, that's what I'm saying. I would love for this man to have to actually sit down like a player in a post-game press conference and actually explain what the thought process is. Explain to me how he is better than Cam Newton. then Joe Burrow, then Vince Young, then Lamar Jackson. And they can't do it because they put their little blurbs out and they put their rankings out knowing that what we're going to do and people like us are going to do this and talk about them. And it might be a little bit of a clickbait. But there still is no actual answer of why Baker Mayfield would be ranked that high. None.
No, I totally disagree with the ranking, but I think maybe a college football purist might try to sell you on he was a walk-on who went to Texas Tech, won the starting job as a freshman, won Big 12 Newcomer of the Year, then left as a walk-on again to Oklahoma, beat out whoever was there, won the job, had like sell you on he had like 3-4 years of great play. I don't know. I disagree with it entirely, but I'm trying to get in the mindset of someone who ranked him too. Maybe that's kind of what it is. He was great at Texas Tech, walk-on. He was great at Oklahoma. Had a couple of really good years there. I don't know. I disagree with it.
Baker was a very good college quarterback, obviously. Like, I'm not just trying to discredit Baker. I'm just saying there's no way he should be ranked ahead of those guys. Like, he should absolutely be on the list. I think he's a top 25 player.
Yeah.
But you can't sell me that he's better than all of those guys we just named.
I think he's closer to being out of the top 25 than he is being 2.
It's a stupid list and stupid, easy ranking list to get idiots like us talking, and it worked perfectly.
I didn't really
work
Sure,
one.
like I said.
Didn't work on.
Well, you had the option. You just hate
It
Mondays.
worked on me, or it didn't work on me. Is what I'm saying.
He's saying that he's not
So
going
I'm
to give
not
it
an
a
idiot in this.
So you didn't fall for it.
Correct. I'm not an idiot at this point in time, but I am often an idiot. This isn't one.
You are wearing a Garfield costume.
Grr.
Before we get to our draft, Blutman, I'll just go ahead and say we'll do it right now. Blutman minute.
Very cool. Well, I would like to first off apologize for last week. Last week's Blutman Minute was a debacle, and I'm going to blame it on I kept looking at me in the camera and seeing how red I was getting thrown off. That's what it was. This week, I can't be deterred. Just very normal. So, Blutman Minute, Iowa State's offense is going to be fairly fun to watch this season with Rocco Beck, that quarterback. Abu Sama in the backfield's a monster. We saw what he did last year as a freshman. But how about 3 of the wide receivers that they have with Army transfer Isaiah Alston, who is just a magnificent freak athlete. Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel as well. Noel's speed is dangerous, and Higgins is a big-time player who's a big-time target. So look out for Iowa State's offense to be very fun this year. And that's it. That's quick Blutman Minute.
33 seconds.
Wow.
Very quick.
Wow. Fastest Blutman minute of all time.
I mean,
Some would say not even a minute.
I'm becoming a professional. Quick little segment.
You're wearing
Yeah.
Garfield.
But you don't want to be a professional. It's too many professionals in the world.
Yeah, I'm not overweight. I'm under tall. Garfield.
That's a Garfield quote. Yeah, that's a Garfield quote. So
Very good.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yep. All right. Are you all ready for the draft?
Yes. I was so excited last week, and then you just crushed my hopes and dreams.
All right, we're going to go we'll start ladies first, and then we'll go clockwise from there. So we'll go from what I'm seeing. We'll go Kayce Smith 1, Big F 2, Blutman 3, me 4, and then back around and back around and back around. It's a snake draft, so I'll get picks 4 and 5. Do we have the parameters? Is everybody satisfied?
And we can only
Here are your categories.
We can only take the school one time.
Correct. Here are your categories. For 9 categories, we're building the ultimate college football program. Who is the coach that you want? What uniform do you want? The stadium that you play in. If you had to draft a college football icon player, which means a guy that was incredible in college and maybe didn't have a great pro career. That's kind of what we're going for there. Fight song, NIL booster, tradition, location, celebrity fan, or scandal. You can take this in any order that you like. You can take your coach first. You can take tradition first. Whatever you would like, you may take. Kayce Smith, the entire world of college football is at your disposal. There's a lot of pressure here. You better make a good first pick. Otherwise, we're going to laugh at you. Go.
It's the chalkiest chalk answer of all time. The number 1 overall draft pick is a college football head coach. I am taking Nick Saban. Nick Saban off the board. I think that's probably the easiest answer available.
So Kayce going Nick Saban. Now, where did he coach? Where did he coach?
The Alabama Crimson Tide, Brandon. He also had a stint at LSU as well.
Is he a recent guy?
Mm-hmm. Kind of good.
Okay.
Some would say maybe like the best coach of all time.
You're building your program around Nick Saban.
Yes, I am.
Probably a good start if we're being honest.
Thank you. I thought so too.
Probably a real good start. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you. And then Big F, Nick Saban is the only thing in college football off the board. Make your selection now, please.
I think I'm going to go a little bit off the beaten path here.
Yep.
I'm going to go with a celebrity fan as my first.
Wow.
Because I think it is the strongest. By far, there is a clear 1-1 in this category, and I need him to start my team. I need Mr. Matt McConaughey, Texas super fan, as my celebrity fan. There is no one that embodies being a celebrity super fan like Matthew McConaughey does. He's giving speeches. He's getting the boys fired up. He's there all the time, constantly on the sideline, at practice. I don't know if there's any more celebrity fan more synonymous with their team than Matthew McConaughey and the Texas Longhorns. That's my pick. And
that's a phenomenal pick.
I feel great about it.
Phenomenal
Saban
pick.
and McConaughey off the board. Liam, everybody but Nick Saban and Matthew McConaughey are available to you. Who do you pick?
Everything is also available to me. I'm going with my tradition here. Play like a champion today from Notre Dame. I think that when you think of college football, something that will fire you up more than anything else is watching that Notre Dame team walk down those steps and tap that sign every single game. Easy pick at 3 for me.
Wow. Pretty good. Pretty good.
2 picks for you. 2 picks.
I will I'm going to go off the beaten path myself. But it's more off the beaten path than any of you have gone. The categories once again are coach, uniform, stadium, college icon, fight song, NIL booster, tradition, location, celebrity, and scandal. I will draft my scandal first.
Oh, I know what you're going to take.
I'm leading off with the scandal because if I'm building my program around anything, it's our most embarrassing moment. And for me, nothing has ever been better than a successful coach, a coach who got a team to the Sugar Bowl, having a motorcycle accident and showing up at the press conference in a neck brace, doing the whole drama queen thing, everybody feeling bad for him. Oh, my God, is our coach going to be okay? Is our coach going to be okay? Only for the story to just unravel and unravel and unravel. Turns out there was a sexy blonde on the back of the motorcycle. Turned out he was dipping his pen in the wrong ink. It turns out he was doing all the wrong things. There was maybe a vengeful boyfriend. Maybe the motorcycle actually wrecked. Maybe he got his ass beat. Oh, my God, the Bobby Petrino motorcycle scandal, it just makes me sad that we were in the infancy of Twitter at that point, and we didn't have this show because I would still be living off that carcass. My number one pick is my scandal. It's the Bobby Petrino motorcycle scandal. And we have not given enough lip service and enough talk to the fact that Arkansas, a decade after this man embarrassed himself, his family, and the school, hired him back because they have such a shitty fat coach. They know it's over. They know that guy cannot coach. They know they have a terrible head coach. They went and hired the guy who was riding blondes around on his motorcycle and possibly got his ass beat. That's how rock bottom they are. What a remarkable scandal that was. And I think it's the greatest, not the biggest scandal of all time, because that's like Sandusky. But as far as like greatness and interestingness of the scandal, other than a guy maybe fucking a shark, that is top tier.
The meme itself, like you want to talk about just like when you talk about all-time college football memes or GIFs that you can use, that neck brace photo, like the amount of times that people have used that, and you're right, imagine social media when that happened. Imagine peak Twitter when we found out that he might have gotten his ass beat. That's a phenomenal pick, Brandon. That is chef's kiss.
All right. So I'm going to lead off number 2, second round. Now, my school immediately has a PR problem. All right, I got a PR problem. I got a coach out there getting him some pussy on the side. I got car wrecks. I got everything. I need a guy I can put at the front of my program, on the programs, on the billboards, in the Heisman ceremony. I'm taking a college football icon, and my program will be led by none other than Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is the college football icon of the 21st century, in my opinion. I don't think there's any bigger star of the last 25 years than him. Tim Tebow is my college football icon for my program. He is the standard of the Brandon Walkers. Good pick, Brandon. Good pick.
Brandon. Your team name's the Brandon Walkers? Interesting.
Yeah, we're in Brandon, Manitoba, Canada, and we're the Walkers, and we have a horse as a logo. What's the problem?
Nothing's no problem. You're making it a problem. Why are you hollering?
Why are you hollering?
Why are you both hollering?
All right. Why are you hollering?
I don't know.
What's your pick, Blutman?
My pick will be my scandal. And I would like to take the pole assassin monkey scandal.
Fuck. God, I knew. Hold on. Time out. Kayce, this is what I meant to talk about earlier. True love exists. They just got married.
Yep.
They got married?
Yep.
Yeah, they just got married last week. Not the monkey. Go ahead. Talk about your scandal. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, this was only just a few years ago. And,
yeah.
If you're unfamiliar, it was at Texas. One of their defense coaches, Jeff Banks, I believe was his name, had a pet monkey and a bit of kid.
No.
The girl had a pet monkey.
His girlfriend, the pole assassin, had a monkey.
Misspoke. His girlfriend, pole assassin, who's a stripper, if you couldn't tell, had a pet monkey, and the monkey bit a kid on Halloween, and things like spiral. Now they're married.
Love wins, guys.
True love.
It's just a very funny scandal, much like the Petrino scandal. It's just funny on Twitter and stuff.
I might have to take a second scandal because I might just want to do scandals because scandals are so much more fun to talk about than everything. But what a brilliant pick here. Pole assassin in the second round. Some would consider it a reach. I consider it a steal, Liam. I consider it a steal.
Thank you.
Big Ev.
So I'd like to think I'm a nice guy. I think I'm going to do something that's pretty mean. Because I know there's someone in this panel who probably needs this pick and wants this pick.
Oh, no.
But I don't really give a shit. I'm going to take it because I don't think the category is very deep, and I think there's two really strong ones, and I think one of them's already gone. And for college football icon, I'm going to take Johnny Football. I'm going to take Johnny Manziel. That's pole position. That's Kayce's about to have two picks. It wasn't going to get back to me, and I need it right now. I would have waited, but I couldn't wait, and I need it now, and I'm taking Johnny Football. This man took over college football. A&M is now a thing because of him. No one gave a fuck about them 10, 15 years ago. They do now. The money, Manziel, everything.
That's just good, solid drafting, Big Av. You're getting value right there. You jumped her, and that's just good, solid drafting.
I need him as my football icon. My college football icon. If it's not Tim Tebow, it needs to be Johnny Manziel. Maybe the most polar opposite of human beings. I needed one of them, and I got one of them.
I mean, it's the most
obvious.
Draft
is everything.
It's the most obvious answer. Like, those are the top two.
This draft is everything I ever dreamed about. I love it so much so far. Kayce, you've got two picks. Go with your second pick here.
Okay, so I'm going to take a scandal that obviously is probably the most recent one. I'm taking the sign stealing scandal at Michigan. I mean, you're talking about a situation where they win a national title. We have investigations galore with Connor Stallions. This is the funniest, biggest scandal we've seen in a long time, and it's because a man wrote a manifesto because he loves college football so much. You find me a man that has spent his life goal to help Michigan win a national championship, and whether he was actually fully stealing the signs better than everybody else or not, they won a national title in the same year that this man did that. You have to take the sign stealing. It's not as I wouldn't say it's as funny as a pole assassin, but I need the manifesto. So I'm going to take that. And then this is off the beaten path, but I'm going to go NIL booster. Phil Knight. I had to have Phil Knight. Phil Knight at Oregon and what he's done with, like, we talk about Oregon's uniforms solely because there's so many of them. That Nike money just flowing into Oregon's program. You know that you can catch any 16, 17, 18-year-old high school football player with a bunch of shitload of Nike. So I'm taking Phil Knight off the board.
I don't think that's off the beaten path. I think that's a very logical and strong pick there for you. In fact, I think both of those picks were very good. I don't think I've seen a bad pick, though, to be honest. Big F, you're up for your third round pick.
Kayce, I'll give you credit. I was going to take Phil Knight next, so touche. You got me back.
Okay. Well, you took Johnny Manziel, so you took him.
That's what I'm saying. You got me back. Fair enough. So I'm going to wait on Scandal because I'm the only one left.
Yep.
I think I'm going to go with. All right, I'm going to do it. You know what? I'm going to do it.
Just do
Stadium. I'm taking Tiger Stadium. LSU, Death Valley. Taking Tiger Stadium.
Real piece.
Need it. Gotta have it. I got the best stadium. I have the number one stadium on the
Piece of shit
in the
move
world.
right there.
Tiger Stadium. LSU, Death Valley, Baton Rouge. Saturday night, nothing like it.
Yep. I mean, that's strong pick. I was going with it in my next pick, or at least my next two picks. I was going with it. Liam.
Yeah. So with my last pick, I was going to take Phil Knight, but I wanted to do something. So I'm going to do that thing now. My NIL booster is going to be the boosters from SMU's Pony Express, which allowed them to get some of the best and most, Eric Dickerson, Craig James. These guys were unbelievable way back when I wasn't alive, but SMU was sick. They were so good at paying players. They get a death penalty. But look where the game is today. Give me these boosters in this era. We're getting everyone we want to field a team.
Yep.
It's a great pick.
I don't know who's winning. Everybody's doing great. I'm going to take location next because in the last 20 years, with the exception of last year, 2023, and 2014, Ohio State, I'm almost certain every single champion has come from the Southeast United States. Not only the Southeast Conference, but even the teams that didn't win from the Southeast Conference, Florida State and Clemson, are in the Southeastern United States. So if I'm building a football program, it makes sense to build it in the number one football place in the world, and that is the Southeast. If you want me to get more specific, I'll say Deep South if you want. But I'm saying my location is in the Southeast, whether it's in Atlanta, whether it's in Charlotte, whether it's in, Birmingham. Doesn't really matter to me as long as I am in the Southeast and I have the number one location with the most talent, the most passion, the most fans, the most everything. That's where football means the most, and that's where my school is.
Good answer.
Nobody liked that pick. Okay.
I think you had to be a bit more specific and say a city. I did think
that.
We were
going state. All right. I thought we were going state. All
right. You know what? Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm in the cultural capital of the South. I know they have a program. It's not very good, but they're not. They also don't have Bobby Petrino or Tim Tebow. So I'm going Atlanta. All right.
I like it.
We've said it before on the show. I hate to get it. So I'm going to take my uniform next. I'm going to take the 2001 Miami Hurricanes. It has never. College football has never looked better than when Miami was at its peak in the early 2000s with the face shields and all the accoutrement. Miami Hurricanes uniform, that's what I'm going with. That is the best uniform in college football, and that's what I'm going to wear. So the Miami Hurricanes uniform.
Okay.
Blutman?
I'm going to take my celebrity fan, and I'm going to take a fan who – this might be a controversial pick. Livy Dunn. Everyone loves her. This is, we're going to make her the biggest college football fan that there is, and everyone's going to be on my team's side now.
That's a good one.
Wow.
What a curveball.
Good one.
What a curveball.
I think I'm getting smoked now. I think all three of y'all are smoking me. Wow. What a pick. Big Ev?
I think I'm gonna go uniform here. And I'm gonna go with the Florida State Seminoles uniforms. I just love the color scheme. I love the helmets, just the sphere, everything about it is just. I even like the little detail on the V and the the scrunchy part on the arm. I think it's a very nice touch. It's a classic elite uniform. Florida State uniforms. That's my pick.
All right, I'm just going to visualize. I want to put a visual image in people's head. So far, if you go to McDowell University, which is what Big Ev's, so you go to McDowell University, you walk into Tiger Stadium. They come out of the tunnel in the FSU uniforms and patterns. Matthew McConaughey is on the sidelines getting everybody pumped up, and Johnny Football is also getting everybody pumped up. Pretty solid start.
Oh.
Pretty solid start for Mr. McDowell over there. Kayce, what do you got?
That's crazy how good those picks are. I am going to go with my tradition being Enter Sandman. There's nothing better than Enter Sandman opening up a game. And like we've said before, like Virginia Tech can be bad at football and people are still tuning in for Enter Sandman. So I'm going to go with that. And then I am going to take uniforms. I don't think Liam's going to take a uniform off the board, but I don't want to lose it. I'm going to take the LSU Tigers uniforms. Everybody knows I love LSU. I think the purple and the yellow is phenomenal. I'm not even going to pick a specific one. I think that it's by far the best color scheme. Even though I know Liam wasn't going to take it, I didn't want to risk it. So I'm going with those two, Enter Sandman and the LSU purple and gold.
Love those picks. I was not going to take it, though.
I didn't think that you would.
So very quickly, you walk into, well, she doesn't have a stadium yet, but I'll put Kayce's together later. Big Ev just had a good imagery set up. Go ahead, Big Ev, with your fifth round pick.
I'm going to add to the imagery, Brandon. This might put me over the top. I might be unbeatable after this pick. I can't believe he's still on the board. I think there's an R1A, 1B here, but coaching my football team is tough-ass Bear Bryant. That's who's going to coach my ball club, and I don't know how anyone's going to beat my draft after that pick. I almost had a moment he wasn't even on my – I had him written down, obviously, on my list, on my big board, and I just had a moment where you painted the picture, and I looked up, and I said, oh, my God, Bear Bryant just fell into my lap in the 5th round. Bear Bryant is leading my men out of the tunnel, and we won't lose a game ever, literally ever.
Fuck.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's good. He was a cheating piece of shit, but it's good.
He cheated.
Liam Blutman.
We are going to take Florida's fight song. And that's all I have for that.
Florida's fight song.
We're going to take Florida.
Wow. Florida's fight song. I'm not going to lie. I think you could have got that at the end. I'm not sure anybody else was looking for it.
We're going to take it now, and you could sing the song.
Hey. It's all good. It's all good.
That's a good one.
Now, I'm about to put together, first of all, I think having drafted Tim Tebow, I wanted to take the swamp. But by my own rules, I can't, because you can't take a team twice. So, here I'm about to put together my game day atmosphere for you, because you're going to walk into Neyland Stadium. You're going to walk into a gigantic, and we've all been there. We were there together. It was jumping that night. And when Neyland Stadium's jumping, it's second to nobody. It's fucking obnoxious ass fans, crazy fans. It's huge. It's 110,000 people. Neyland Stadium is where we're going for my team. And to make it as loud as possible, I'm going to take the greatest tradition in college football. Because when you walk into my building, you're going to hear the sound of 110,000 cowbells. The cowbells will be ringing. Now, I remind you that at Mississippi State, we don't win a whole lot. But when we're good and you come in there and we got 58,000 cowbells going, it will drive you fucking crazy. It will drive you out of your mind. Now imagine I double it in size almost. And I've got Neyland Stadium and the greatest tradition, cowbells. Kayce, you've been to a building with 50,000 cowbells. What do you think about 110,000 of them?
I feel like I would off myself.
That's why. So my whole goal here was to make Kayce feel terrible and want to off herself. So there, I won. I won that round anyway. Liam, go ahead.
With my next selection, we will be going to a beautiful place where it never rains. Eugene, Oregon is my location.
So you're building. Okay. So you're putting your school in Eugene, Oregon.
Yep.
Okay.
People are going to want to come play here. Nature.
You don't have a stadium yet, but
No,
we'll see what stadium you.
Stadium yet.
Okay. Big Ev.
I'm cooking right now. I'm cooking right now. Now, this one I would say may or may not, I think, be in prison right now. But regardless, his era of being an NIL booster was maybe as great as any, one of the greatest eras of college football history. For my NIL booster, I'm taking Nevin Shapiro, who just flooded Miami, Florida.
I think he is in prison.
Cash, with hookers, with just fun, just money and fun. And he got the best damn players in America to come there for a period of time, and all they did was win, 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 win. All this man cares about, he was willing to defraud people out of millions and millions and millions of dollars to put it in the pockets of his players so we get the best players and we win some more. Nevin Shapiro is my NIL booster.
Oh, boy. Kayce, make a pick and then let's read the last ad. Make a one of your picks.
Okay, for my pick, and Brandon, I know you hate this song very much, but it's iconic and it bothers people a ton. For my fight song, I'm going to take Boomer Sooner from Oklahoma, because you want to talk about something that people know immediately and that people hate, but that people love if they're from Oklahoma. I am taking Boomer Sooner.
All right, there's your pick. I'll recap the picks and then you can read an ad. So far, it's a 9-round draft. We're through 6 rounds. Here's the program Kayce Smith has put together. First of all, she's rocking with Nick Saban as her coach. He will be prowling the sidelines. Their scandal that rocked their school to the core was a sign-stealing scandal featuring Connor Stallions. This is all being bankrolled. Oh, fuck. Ganik Saban's being bankrolled by Phil Knight. Jesus.
Hell yeah.
Now, when the team gathers, they're going to be gathering and running out to enter Sandman while wearing their LSU uniforms. And every time they score, they'll be playing Boomer Sooner. Not a bad looking deal here. All right. Again, Big Ev will be Matthew McConaughey will be on the sidelines getting all the TV shots. Johnny Football will be around waving the money signs. Inside Tiger Stadium, the loudest place in America, wearing the FSU Seminoles uniforms, coached by Bear Bryant and bankrolled by corrupt former Miami booster Nevin Shapiro. Got three left, but I can't. Both of those are strong. Big Ev's might be perfect so far.
Oh, his is so
Liam
good.
Blutman, his tradition, he'll be walking out of the locker room and his team will be banging the sign, "Play like a champion today." Off the field, he's been rocked by the pole assassin monkey scandal. All of his players will be bought and paid for by the 1980s Pony Express boosters from SMU. Of course, in the stands and on the sideline, getting everybody pumped up, will be Livy Dunn. They will be rocking to Florida's fight song, and it will be happening in Eugene, Oregon. That's Liam Blutman's ultimate program. I, after recovering from the Bobby Petrino blonde on a motorcycle scandal, will be following Tim Tebow out of the locker room as my icon right in picturesque downtown Atlanta, rocking the Miami Hurricanes 2001 uniforms in beautiful Neyland Stadium with 110,000 cowbells rocking. That's what I've got so far. Kayce, before we get to the last third of the draft, talk to us.
Well, Brandon, we know that to get to a lot of these places, you have to drive. And where to find a better car than on cars.com. We know that cars talk about our personalities. As you said, it can really kind of tell what kind of person that you are. Am I cut out?
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit for me, but I just figured it was everybody.
You're good now.
Oh, okay. Well, cars.com.
You're
Brandon,
good,
did
Kayce.
you find? I know that you probably found your car on cars.com. Did you not?
Cars.com is the best place to find cars. They got up to 2 million cars uploaded daily. They got, or 2 million cars at any one time, 50,000 cars uploaded daily. I'm actually in the car market right now. My daughter will be turning 16 in November. So I got to get her something that's safe, reliable, but also looks good for the kids. You know, I want to take care of her. So I'm looking right now. Cars.com gives me an example of everything I need to find. If I want to make sure she has this safety feature, I just click it on cars.com. If I want to make sure she has a convertible and the top can come off, I click that on cars.com. There's no better place than cars.com.
We love cars.com, and you can go right now and also check the value of your current car. So cars.com, and if you're a parent out there, Brandon, I cannot believe your daughter is going to be 16 years old. That's crazy, but you want safe and you want reliable. So obviously that's an even added feature for parents to make them feel better. Cars.com is the place to go. We love cars.com.
Boy, oh boy. Okay, so last 3 rounds of the draft, I'm fighting from behind here. I think we got a race between Big Ev and Kayce here. Kayce, your 7th round pick. Well, I guess I was going to say what we have left, but I guess we all have whatever left that we got. So go ahead.
I actually have 4 things left, so I don't know if we added one, but
I might have.
I have stadium, location,
Yeah.
icon, and celeb. Yeah, 4.
Am I wrong? Did we have 10?
Yep, use miscounted.
And with location.
So hold on. Coach, uniform, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's me. It's a 10-round draft. Sorry about that. So that makes sense. 10's a much better number than 9 is. So Kayce, what do you got next?
I'm going to take Kyle Field as my stadium. Whether that's a chalk pick or not, but obviously it's one of the best stadium atmospheres. You got to play in front of, over 100,000 people, and there aren't very many. So I'm taking Kyle Field, specifically a night game, if I can throw that in there. But we're going Kyle Field.
All right. Big Ev?
I know I keep saying it around. This pick might make me unbeatable. It might make me untouchable. For the fight song, I'm taking Rocky Top. Taking Rocky Top. I mean,
Nope. Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
Not a fight song?
Rocky Top is not Tennessee's fight song.
But didn't we just argue? I guess we were assuming it is. All right, fair enough.
Well, no, let's have a vote by the committee because they do play it all the time, and it is their de facto fight song.
They score a touchdown and they play it. I mean,
you know what? If the people want to, I will just say this: if we put out the graphic, people are going to like. Well, actually, I vote to allow it.
I allow it.
I appreciate
We're going to get
Blutman?
actually.
He's going to get actually to allow.
Actually, Tennessee's fight song is Down the Field.
Yeah.
Good. I hope so, because those people are fucking losers. So please, they'll be just. They might as well just say, "Hey, I'm a giant douchebag." So,
well, it's Twitter. They're going to say that. Go ahead, Liam Blutman.
Yeah, I'll change my fight song to Mo Bamba for Connor Griffin, Penn State. My stadium will be Jordan Hare. I love Jordan Hare. I love the spooky kind of things that happen when Jordan Hare rocks, and it might be cursed in some sort of weird magic. I just love Jordan Hare, so I'm taking Auburn State.
Taking the Notre Dame fight song.
Very cool.
Notre Dame fight song. I think it's the best fight song. I don't think fight song really changes anybody's draft here, but I can't believe I got it because I think it's incredible. Notre Dame fight song is my pick, which brings me down to I got celebrity fan, I got coach, I got NIL booster. I'm not prepared for any of this. Celebrity, NIL booster. Bear Bryant and Nick Saban really, really leaves the coaching because you got some great coaches. Celebrity. Can I pass? No. Give me Urban Meyer. He's not a great guy. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Guy's won 3 national titles. He went to Ohio State, won a national title, went to Florida, won 2 national titles. I guarantee you with Urban Meyer, I'm winning a national title. So give me Urban Meyer. That's my guy. I don't love it, but I got it.
That's quite different than your Georgia speech earlier.
All right, Big F. No, Blutman.
Does that take Ohio State away from you?
Wait, did I already? Yeah, I guess so.
Tebow, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I think Urban Meyer, having coached in multiple places, like Kayce took LSU's uniform after taking Nick Saban. So
that is true. Dan knows that. That is true.
Okay.
Good call, Brand Walker.
Thanks.
My college football icon is truly, in the spirit of this, a college football icon. He has the most career rushing yards by a quarterback in the FBS, the most career rushing touchdowns, and the most rushing touchdowns in a game by a quarterback. It's Keenan Reynolds, Navy.
Keenan Reynolds. Respecting the troops, by the way, which a lot of you haven't done yet. I know I have. I know he has. Respecting the troops, and none of you have done it. Big Ev?
All right, so...
can I give a spoiler alert? Big Ev thinks this pick is going to lock the draft away.
Yeah, it is, for sure, 100%.
All right.
100%, no doubt about it. So, but I guess let me ask this before I take it. I'm going to take a location here. So I've picked something that technically is from the state, but we're doing city. You went Atlanta. Well, am I allowed to take a city in a state I previously picked that is a different city than the one that the college resides in?
I think so.
All right, I'm taking Dallas, Texas. Get fucked, everyone. I just won the draft. Dallas, Texas, location. When you think college football, you think Texas. When you think football, you think Texas. Dallas, Texas.
Wow, Casey, he took your de facto hometown right out from under you.
I know. But I want seasons. Like, I understand that you're building a great program if you're in Texas, but I need some cold weather football. So my location is going to be different because you don't get very many cold weather games in Dallas. And people love. All right,
what have you got? What's your next pick?
My celebrity is going to be, well, he right now is the celebrity for the United States Olympic team, but I'm taking Snoop Dogg. I'm taking Snoop Dogg. I want Snoop Dogg, USC. This man is, listen, you want to get some recruits hyped up, like you get Snoop Dogg on the side. The way he's like now become our mascot for Team USA is crazy. Like he's just all over the Olympic coverage. Give me Snoop Dogg as my celebrity on the sidelines. And like, hell, he can, you know how Lil Wayne comes out and raps for Colorado? I'll have Snoop Dogg rap every single game. I don't care.
Why didn't you just pick Lil Wayne then?
Because Lil Wayne doesn't have like Snoop Dogg is USC. Like Lil Wayne is Colorado because of Deion. If Deion goes somewhere else, Lil Wayne will be somebody else.
Yeah.
Like Snoop Dogg is like,
right.
That man's going to be on the sidelines of USC.
All right, Big F.
Okay, so I only have 2 left.
Is that right? Yeah.
And I'm going to save Scandal because everyone took Scandal already.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't done it yet. This is where I'm going to go Homer, and I'm going to say tradition dotting the I. I'm going to say tradition dotting the I. Got to get the Buckeyes on there. I have to. I have a moral and obligation to do that. And it's also just phenomenal tradition. When I say it, you know what I mean. Dot that I. Script Ohio. That's it. That's the pick.
Kayce, what was your pick before Snoop Dogg?
I didn't have one. Oh, I didn't get to do 2 picks.
Right.
No, so I have another pick.
Sorry. Well, you can't pick dotting the I because it just got taken, and that's going to be his next pick. Who was your second pick?
I'm going to do location. What? I'm going to do location. Nothing. And like I said, I want cold weather. and I like cold weather. And this one's kind of weird, but I think when you talk about college football, I'm going to take South Bend, Indiana. You get a good, you get the fall trees changing colors. You get the snow. You get you got touchdown Jesus. I don't know if he comes with this town or not, but South Bend, Indiana is a great college football town. And I know people don't like snow. I do. So I want every season possible. Give me South Bend.
All right, South Bend is off the board. Dotting the I is Big Ev's next pick. Correct, Big Ev? Liam, you've got 2 picks left. Who's your second to last pick?
I do have 2 picks left. I am going to pick something here that I need to think of. I kind of want to take a troll pick.
Mm-hmm.
I might take a troll pick.
Sure.
This is strictly for the graphic. My head coach will be Dabo Sweeney.
Mm-hmm.
That is strictly for the graphic, strictly as a social media mind, helping us get some more engagement. Dabo Sweeney is my coach. I know that him and Pole Assassin are going to have a really good relationship at this program.
So I will finish it my draft off. I don't know where mine went wrong. Should have got an NIL booster. Or Snoop Dogg fucked me up. I've been sitting on Snoop Dogg the whole time. That's fine. Whatever.
My bad.
Let me take an OG. I think he's dead now. But I'm going to take an OG booster who there's not many boosters out there, NIL boosters, that when you think of the school, you immediately know who boosts them, right? Oregon's one. Oregon, you think Phil Knight. There's certain ones. But I'm going to go with a guy whose life dream, who all he cared about in life with the money he made was making sure Oklahoma State mattered and won championships, okay? There's no reason for most people to know the name T. Boone Pickens outside of college football, where he just gave his everything he had to make Oklahoma State be great. And that's the kind of buy-in we need at the Brandon Walkers. T. Boone Pickens is my NIL booster. May he rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Celebrity fan. I'll just close it out. I'll take Will Ferrell because he's at USC games a lot. You know what? Never mind. I don't want Will Ferrell. Can I have a dead celebrity?
Yeah, there are a lot of
Toby Keith. I want Toby Keith because Toby Keith was always at every Oklahoma game. Will Ferrell only comes around when USC's good. Like, he hadn't been there the last couple of years. So I'm taking Toby Keith on the sidelines. I just realized my last 2 picks were T. Boone Pickens and Toby Keith. I bet they hated each other. But that's my celebrity. So, all right, Liam, your last pick.
I had a tough time choosing between uniform, and that's why I'm taking it with my last pick. I was thinking of taking UCLA. I was thinking of taking Duke. I think Duke's white is incredible. BYU's got some excellent stuff. There's so many good uniforms, but I'm going to take Tennessee. That white helmet, that orange jersey with the white pants, it's an iconic look. It's a good look, and it looks good at any stadium at any time.
Okay. Big Ev, close out your historically good draft in your opinion.
So I'm between 2 scandals here. I think one's a much bigger scandal, but I think it would make my team look kind of soft, and I can't have that. I can't have that on my team.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the Reggie Bush scandal at USC, losing his Heisman, the money, the house, the agents, all that. I'm adding that. I needed USC on my list too. USC had some really good ones throughout this draft, very usable. But yeah, I'm taking the Reggie Bush scandal at USC.
And Kayce Smith, I don't know what you have left, but close out our draft. She's got an internet problem right now. She should be joining us shortly.
What was the other one you were deciding
Am I back?
between of?
Yeah, you're back. All right, Kayce, your last pick.
Bo Jackson, my icon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Bo Jackson, college football icon. Okay, I will run through the programs right now. So, the Kayce Smiths are in South Bend, Indiana. They are coached by Nick Saban. They have been rocked by a sign-stealing scandal with Connor Stallions, but Phil Knight is footing the bill for the Kayce Smiths. They walk out of the tunnel wearing their LSU uniforms as the crowd sings and jumps along to Enter Sandman. When they get on the field, Boomer Sooner is the fight song as they play on Kyle Field. Snoop Dogg is on the sidelines getting them pumped up, and he's dapping up college icon Bo Jackson of the Kayce Smiths. I must say, a strong, strong draft here by Kayce Smith. Best pick, probably Phil Knight as your fundraiser or as your funds. The Snoop Dogg pick late pisses me off. Now, Big Ev is confident that he has won this draft, and he has done so with the Big Evs playing at Tiger Stadium. On the sideline will be college football icon Johnny Manziel, and Matthew McConaughey will be getting every celebrity shot as they come out of the tunnel wearing their FSU Seminoles uniform behind their coach, Bear Bryant. In the luxury suite, because he paid for all the players, is Nevin Shapiro as Rocky Top blares throughout downtown Dallas, Texas, as they see the band dotting the I right before they start the game. And they have just recovered from the Reggie Bush Heisman scandal, although he did get his Heisman back. So again, Tiger Stadium, Florida State uniforms, Matthew McConaughey. I do think the winner of this draft is either Kayce or Big Ev. That could be up to you guys' interpretation. Although Blutman's probably stronger than me.
No, we didn't win. We didn't win.
I know. Blutman's team is they're coming out. They're hitting the play like a champion today sign as they come out. They, of course, had the embarrassing pole assassin monkey scandal that they're dealing with. But the Pony Express boosters from SMU in the 1980s have funded a great team. Livy Dunn is there on the sidelines cheering everybody on as they play the Florida fight song coming out of the tunnel there in beautiful Eugene, Oregon at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Keenan Reynolds is on the sidelines cheering his former teammates on as Dabo Swinney prays for everybody in the corner, and they're wearing the beautiful Tennessee orange in their Tennessee uniforms. Me? Well, that Bobby Petrino. Yes, Blutman, go ahead.
I might have just completely misinferred everything about college football icon. I thought that dude was playing ball still. That's not good. Nobody's going to recognize Keenan Reynolds on that.
I was going to say, that was a bad pick. Also, misinferred, just not a word.
Misinterpreted, misinferred.
My school, the Brandon Walkers, are recovering hilariously from the Bobby Petrino motorcycle scandal. I mean, God. Tim Tebow, of course, is praying for everybody in my stadium, which is in beautiful downtown Atlanta, as we wear the Miami Hurricanes uniform with 110,000 cowbells ringing in Neyland Stadium. We come out to Notre Dame's fight song behind our coach, Urban Meyer. My draft might be better than I thought. Urban Meyer leading us. T-Boone Pickens has foot the bill for the whole thing, and Toby Keith is saying, courtesy of the red, white, and blue on the sidelines, that is mine. I'm going to go Big Ev 1, Kayce 2, but maybe Kayce 1. Casey's is good too. It's between you two. I think if we do a poll, just put them two on it. I don't think we're even on the poll.
No, what's going to be on the poll? Can I change my icon though?
Sure. Why not?
Just give me Gardner Minshew, the mustache. That's a look. It's still not a good pick.
Blutman, that might be a worse pick than Keenan Reynolds.
Hold on. It's still not a good pick. So I'm not going to do like a crazy good pick. I won't do that. But Gardner Minshew, whenever he is back on the Palouse, it's electric. Everyone loves him. Everyone actually recognizes him. They're not going to recognize Keenan, and they're going to see that mustache, and they're going to start having fun. Drinking some beer, as the kids do.
Vince Young, Brian Bosworth, college football icons.
I told you I messed up at first. But me messing up, I wasn't going to do an overpowered pick. That wouldn't be in the spirit of my mess up.
What school is represented the most? I think maybe.
It felt like there was a lot of.
It's a lot of Tennessee, a lot of LSU.
Yep.
So Casey's got an Alabama, an Oregon, a Virginia Tech, an LSU, an Oklahoma, Texas A&M, USC, Notre Dame, Auburn. You have Texas, Texas A&M, LSU, Florida State, Alabama, Miami, Tennessee, Texas, Ohio State, USC. Oh, USC might be. Notre Dame, Texas, SMU, LSU, Florida, Oregon, Auburn, Navy. We replaced Navy with Washington State, Clemson, and Tennessee. And then I had Arkansas, Florida, Atlanta, Miami, Tennessee, Mississippi State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Florida, and Oklahoma State. Okay. Well, there you go. Everybody satisfied with their teams?
No.
Love
okay,
it.
me either.
Let me ask, do you think it would have been better if I went with the Manti Te'o scandal? Because I just can't have my linebacker.
Yeah, I think that was better than the Reggie Bush scandal.
Because it's a better scandal, which is why I prefaced it when I said it. But I just can't have my star middle linebacker getting no pussy and getting counseled. I can't have that. I can't have that. I can't have that.
Yeah,
my
listen,
linebacker fucks, Brandon. My middle linebacker
listen, you got Johnny Football, Matthew McConaughey, and Nevin Shapiro funding everything. All your players are
That's
fucked.
what I'm saying. I can't have my star middle linebacker getting counseled on the internet.
And you're
getting no pussy.
And you're in Dallas. You're in Dallas. Everybody knows all the girls in Dallas are easy. Or at least the Dallas area, like Arlington. It's just what? I wasn't talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking
better
about
scandal. Can't have it for my program. Can't have it.
All right.
No, you can't. Embarrass it.
That's a good stopping point. We got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Announcement. This is the last one episode a week show. This is the last week of July. Next week, 2 episodes starting Monday and Thursday. That is the plan currently. Monday and Thursday, we go to 2. For the month of August, we'll be at 2 a week. And then in September, we go to 3 a week. So we're ramping up as we get closer and closer to college football. That's unnecessary roughness.